Hello and welcome to Wake Up with Dr. Cheryl, Wealth Transformation. I'd like to start with something funny. What does a dyslexic, agnostic, insomniac do at night? They stay up wondering if there really is a dog. Wake up to knowing that there are no problems, only challenges that have opportunities for solutions. Wake up to your unconditional love. Wake up to knowing that the universe provides more than enough love, money, food for everything in your life. When you keep this in your mind and your heart in every moment. Wake up to having and being disciplined with your mind. Wake up to disciplining your mind to think only positive thoughts all the time. Wake up to stopping the negative thoughts. When they come into your mind, don't let it go. To your heart. There is more than enough money on this planet for everyone to be millionaires. And it all starts in your mind, heart, and then actions. Our guest this evening is Jenn August. This is the second segment with Jenn August and continuing our discussion from part one. Jenn August is a certified success coach, hypnotherapist, and international speaker. Her patent hypnotherapy process has gained her recognition as one of the world's leading experts in removing subconscious blocks to success. Jenn went on to study graphic design at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. During the summers, she performed at comedy clubs and with comedy troupes in her hometown of Los Angeles. She started writing comedic songs and then began writing more emotional songs reflective of her spirit. Her focus quickly turned from comedy to songwriting. She earned money by playing music in her college town and eventually recorded her first album called Change the World. Jenn is the founder of thesoundofgiving.org. Today she focuses on Beyond Business for Women, the Wealthy Mind Warrior. Her process here helped her clients double, triple, and quadruple their income and relieve fear, doubt, and feelings of unworthiness. Through her work, she helps her clients see their true selves, their true gifts, and their true mission so they can begin to live a life of clear purpose and abundance. Jenn works with multi-million-dollar businesses to training companies to help their clients get the best results with their training systems. Jenn is a business hypnotherapist and a success mindful expert, mindset expert, and a musical philanthropist.
Absolutely. And there's masculine and feminine in all of us.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Really, it takes a village, internal village and external village. And I think that there is space for everybody to shine. And, I think that, I know that we all have an encoded passion that we're here to unfold. And,
yes, well, that's why I'm doing this.
And it interlocks, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, because I want to, every guest that I have on my show, I love to see them shine. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're great at creating
that's what it's all about, is sharing.
Yeah.
Is sharing. And then helping people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Assisting in maybe, who knows who will see something on our show now that will say, oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's true, because there is this, who am I to do this? Who am I to be a coach or be a teacher or have a show? And it's like, if you're called to do it, it's your path.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but
life is not easy.
It's going to be joyful to let yourself have it.
However, easily, I always say, for wealth, it comes easily and effortlessly.
Yeah.
And it's our minds that get in the way.
Yeah.
And also, we have to be realistic as far as need and want.
Yes.
Wants and needs. You get what you need.
Absolutely.
You get what you need every day. You get what you need.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you're looking at it from a wrong perspective, mentally and emotionally.
Absolutely.
It's all tied in.
Yeah. It's true.
So tell me more about your hypnotic experiences with some of your, like a client or so that, give an example of, you know, of a situation that you helped a client with that one of their blocks. If you know, give an example.
Absolutely. There's, I had a client who couldn't let herself, she didn't know this, but she was also working very hard and not allowing money to come in. And that's one of the things, especially with women, I say women have a programming I call auto give, that we're programmed to give our energy away like so many dinner mints, so maybe someday someone will love us, you know? And so what I work on with my women clients is how to balance that, you know, giving channel, which is huge, and how to open up the receiving channel so there's equal energy exchanges in their lives. Yes. And this particular client, all of her energy was going out, and there was like very little space for anything to come in. So we went into her subconscious mind and discovered that as a little girl, she won an art contest, and everybody was jealous of her and mad at her.
Wow.
And she won money for it, and it was this big deal, and she lost a lot of friends. So the imprint was, when I'm successful, I hurt people, and I will lose friends. So in her world, and we don't know it's operating, but there's a part of her saying, if you want to have relationships, you better not win and you better not be successful.
That's why it's so important to pay attention what goes on in your own mind. What that I call it a film strip.
Yes.
The film strip in your mind.
Yes.
That's why, in a way, I always, like in my book on the third chapter, you stop that film strip to that one frame.
That's right.
And that's when you can really take a look and listen.
Mm-hmm.
I use it as a listening mantra, but when you can stop that, then you can really look at it and say, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I mean, I for myself,
awake, like your theme. Become awake, aware.
Yes, yes, and you know, like for money, I know that part of, you know, and I know I've talked about this before, not with you, but when I was 13, 14, my father was laid off Boeing. He was an engineer with Boeing, and I'll never forget that day. I came home, and I was very close to my dad.
Right.
I came home, and he was there at the dinner table, or the breakfast dinner table, in the afternoon. It's like, what are you doing home?
Right,
you know, you're never home. You're always working. Not always, but you know. So from that day forward, I know that's what stopped me with my money thing. You know, my success with my own money, because I internalized that.
Yes.
And I've done a lot of work around that, because I was so close to him that I took it on. It's like, oh wow, my dad just lost his job, and I mean, I had to take a lot more responsibilities at 13, 14, which didn't hurt me, but you know, for the reasoning. But you know, it's like, no, I'm not going to take that on, and my father wouldn't want me to take that on.
Exactly.
So I mean, you know, and it's like we have to free ourselves from those blocks.
It's a tribal thing. We don't want to outshine our tribe, and for this particular client, like she saw that she lost tribe because of money, because of winning and getting this cash reward that was still affecting her in her 40s. So we were able to clear the belief, and there's parts of us that are frozen in time. So she had a little girl part frozen in time that was making sure that she didn't make a certain amount of money because she didn't want to lose anybody. So we're able to bring that inner child part into present time. And we have several parts frozen through time.
Yes.
But when our long lost part that's trapped and looping back, that's why it feels so irrational when we loop back to things. We're like, I'm eating bonbons on the couch. I said I was going to make my follow-up calls, you know. And when we brought that part into present time, and whenever I do this with anybody, those little parts of ourselves that meet our present time self are like, oh my God, she's so cool, she's so awesome, and they suddenly feel safe. And usually they either want to be a part of the business and do something fun in it, or they just want to play and be joyful. And when we have a part of us playing and being joyful instead of hiding and protecting us, we're suddenly more magnetic to our ideal clients. So we were able to bring that energy into present time, and then show her subconscious mind that it's safe for her to make money, and the people that are her good friends, the people that really care about her, want her to succeed. And she was able to allow money in. So her giving channel, which is huge, and her receiving channel started matching, so she wasn't burnt out.
And don't you think that really, and I'm speaking from my own transformation, is that we have to discipline our minds.
We do.
to totally, whenever that negative stuff comes up or that self-doubt stuff comes up, you got to stop, and replace it with something positive.
Absolutely.
But we have to do it. We're stubborn. We are stubborn. In fact, my third book's about being stubborn. Because it's like it gets in our way, it's like
it does. It does.
And that's the unconscious that's the negative unconscious that's not working in our behalf.
That's right.
So it's like we have to use discipline. We need to use discipline, and keep saying the positive reinforcing. Write them out. I say write things out because it gets in your body.
Yes, it does.
Not only in your mind, your heart, your body. So writing things out, journaling is extremely important.
It is. It is being, choosing what comes on your mental playground and not just letting any thought come and beat you up for hours. You do have to be diligent, and you have to be like, this is my sovereign nation of peaceful, joyful mind.
Yes.
And you cannot beat me up just because you're coming from my internal speakers. I now know, and this is the compassion piece, that you're not me, because my spirit, who I am, would never say that to me.
No.
Ever.
Yeah. Do you think, this is a conversation that I've thought about, and I haven't really expressed it. Do you think some people are lazy about that?
About changing their mindset?
Yes.
Well, I think there are people who know that they need to change it, and they're too scared to take the steps.
So fear. It always comes back to
fear. And I think that, I know for myself, before I actually discovered the subconscious mind work, I did spend all of my time affirmating, and not that that's not good and powerful, but when I actually went into the subconscious mind and got rid of that file, what I discovered from my work with people and from the work that I had done with this hypnotherapist is that when we remove the programming, we're not putting something back in it to replace it, because we're freeing that natural abundance energy that we all have.
Right.
Because
that pure flow.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody has an incredible inheritance of gifts and love, and we all have so much available to us, and the only thing that stops us
is the unconscious mind.
Our subconscious mind, our beliefs that we don't deserve it. And, I was not raised very religiously at all. We had the, Christmas tree and the Hanukkah menorah. We just had all of that stuff. And so I wasn't in touch with a lot of religious teachings, but there's one quote that I love that Jesus said, "It's done unto us as we believe." Yes. And we believe what we believe because our parents said, this is what you can have, this is what you can have, this is what you can have.
Oh, the limitations that we get put upon us in school, in church, in the government.
That's right. And if you have an ache to do something beyond your tribe, you are really a tribal leader, and they're not always going to be so excited that you want to do it, but that's okay, because you surround yourself with people.
Well, you attract people
who do support you in that, and you love them, and I say you just pre-forgive them.
Well, forgiveness is a huge.
You just know that they might not ever get your path.
Well, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a key. We just did the forgiveness thing at Dominican College Sunday or so ago, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
It's so important.
Yeah, I mean, forgiveness is a key to everything.
It really is.
One thing that I've studied Warren Buffett because he is one of the wealthiest men, and the first thing he says, the two most important ingredients is unconditional love. And having unconditional, loving people around you.
Absolutely.
And no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. Now, I'm sure that, his life hasn't been perfect.
Yeah.
Like no one's is perfect. But I always hold on to those two things, because it's, where the no doubt comes in is retraining the unconscious.
That's right.
And changing those those. I call it the race consciousness, when it starts going, and it's like, hey, you got to stop that, and you got to say no, and it has to be positive to yourself. That's so where that no doubt comes in is the mental chatter that goes on in your head.
Absolutely.
And changing it sometimes in the moment, sometimes in several moments, and sometimes in hours.
Yeah.
When you get stuck.
Yeah.
It's like you got to get unstuck.
That's right. It's like working out.
Yeah, it is. Well,
You keep pumping, you keep going, those are not the thoughts that nurture me. It's like, I don't even care where they came from. That is, exactly. My spirit would never say that. Universe would never say that. And often I will tell people, sometimes when we have this really negative thought, or it's a part of us that doesn't want us to get hurt, to sometimes just face it and ask it, what do you need to feel seen, loved, and heard?
Yeah, exactly.
And often just that part will relax and just want it to be heard, and sometimes we'll just be quiet and go away or feel supported. But really that space of I'm allowing myself to. There's this great country song. I think it's the line is wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. Like and some of the best and most incredible.
But see, I don't even use mistake. I don't even use that in my vocabulary. I don't believe in mistakes.
Yeah, I don't believe in mistakes. But that concept of like I'm giving myself lots of room to learn.
Yes.
And that
growth.
There really is. I agree. There is no mistakes.
No, but it's just it's true.
But it's that that kind of school programming where you get an A or you get an F, or instead of like congratulations, all of your experiences are gifts, and it's your job to see what the gift is, and that doesn't mean you don't get to, like in that template I was sharing, you get to like have a little tantrum or like do a poor me dance, but limit it and then get to the gift.
Speaking of F's, when I was a senior in high school, I actually got an F in speech.
Oh, right. That's so great.
And it's like, what happened? And the teacher, I didn't like her, and she didn't like my brother, and she put us two together. She should have retired like 5 years before that. Right. So it's like my friend says, Cheryl, look at your report card. You an F. You an F. And I thought, oh God, my parents are going to kill me. Oh, my goodness. So of course we went home, and anyway, I made it up. She gave me a B. She couldn't give me an A, but she gave me a B. But it's like that F. But I'm glad that I did. I had to do it. I didn't have any choice. I didn't want to let my parents down at the time, and because I wasn't aware enough to not let myself down enough. But obviously there was a portion in there that said, I got to do it, no matter what. I got to do it.
Right.
Anyway.
And a part of your path, obviously, is speaking, because here we are.
That's right. Hello, wake up.
And that's part of the journey, is like it's trusting that our path is little pearls being strung on a string, and trusting that it will all unfold.
And speaking of pearls, I love this, because I love using this as a metaphor. It's like, the oyster is in this shell, and the sand goes in, and it rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs, and then not all oysters, but some oysters, they have this beautiful pearl. Right. So to me, that's a wonderful metaphor for us as human beings.
It's so true. It's so true.
And then there's the diamond in the rough.
There it
that
is.
can be polished up. So anyway,
I agree.
It's all good, and your information's been great. So are there any other stories that you want to share?
Yeah, I would love to share. So I had we all get such intense programming around being worthy of money, being worthy of love, and being worthy of success. So I had a client that came to me that was totally blocked in all departments, hadn't had a relationship in a long time, felt totally unattractive and unworthy, started a business but it failed, and just basically had her whole system was in total belief of her negative programming. And through our one-on-one work together and listening to hypno audios and just the whole system that I put her through helped her. It was like she was saying that there was 10-ton elephant sitting on her. And when that 10-ton elephant sitting on her was gone, which was all the programming and all the beliefs, it was what mom thought of her and dad thought of her and everybody else, and not one of those people in her life had it right. So it was like the work that we did was having her be a self-validating unit, so she could know that in her culture, her own culture, she was made right. Yes. She was made right, her beliefs were right on, and to only accept into her experience the things that were really resonant with her path. And what happened was she started trusting herself. She started listening to herself.
See, I can relate to this.
She started getting divine downloads of what to do next. She met the love of her life. She found her path, her work. So she started making money. Then she got married. And it was like her life was nothing like she was programmed to live.
Yes.
And she got her life back because it was hers.
Yes.
But most of us
never
don't
left,
know.
but it just needed to be the pure had to come back.
It's like I love to tell people there is nothing wrong with you. You were made perfectly for your work and your mission. And all I'm doing is helping people clear off what is not truly them and connect what they want to do with their abundance to the pictures, the concepts, and the ideas that will move them into action and motion and results. Because everybody I'm blessed to work with, they want to make the world a better place.
Yes.
So it's not just
it's not totally selfish. I mean, we have to be selfish to a degree. That's just, you have to.
Absolutely.
For self-preservation.
Yeah.
But
I call it, I have a term that I made up called self-central. Because when we give to ourselves, then we can give from the overflow instead of auto-give.
You learn that as being a parent. I mean, I thank my daughter because she has helped me many times over, and just recently, because she's very, she's still young and she's learning and she's very self-absorbed, but she has helped me learn boundaries.
Wow.
Beautiful. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for her because I've learned my boundaries.
Yeah. And I love...
And I'm still learning.
Yeah, we're always learning. But I love that I remember going to this beautiful church where they had all the kids walk up into the front and said, we bless you, tiny masters that are teaching us. And that concept of really... I
like that, tiny masters.
Yeah, seeing, the kids and, as teaching us as well, because they are independent spirits that have a path. And they have. So I used to teach guitar and songwriting, and those kids taught me so much as I was teaching them songs.
And stay open with your heart and your mind, like they are, because that's what children do.
Yeah, they do.
And then they get programmed.
Absolutely.
So, oh my, this subject is so huge.
It is.
It is so, I want to say masterful, to everyone on this planet.
It is.
And, all we can do is lead by example.
Yeah.
That's my MO is leading by example.
Yeah.
And if I don't, then it usually comes right back to me.
Yeah, that's true.
So, in that, to me, unconditional love is a key.
Yeah.
To me, that's like the root.
It really is.
It's the root of happiness and success.
Yeah, it's true.
And when you have that unconsciously, whoa!
Yeah, there's a lot of
powerful.
Space. A lot of spaciousness.
Yeah. So.
Such a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a daily practice.
It is, and sometimes it's a moment-to-moment practice.
It's true.
Depending on the circumstance or what what challenges that you have in your life. It depends.
Absolutely.
On the circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole process of being involved with Marin TV and doing these shows and all the wonderful people and thank you, crew. You're wonderful.
Yay,
bless you. It's like this. It makes it all, to me. It's more than worth it.
Absolutely.
I mean, because then this can share to thousands and hopefully millions of people.
Yeah. And I think that's the jewel. It's the thing that we ache to do in service. That we need to be self-central and own, like, I deserve and need to, and it's my path to unfold this, because it does touch so many lives.
Yes.
And sometimes we might not know why. I had a lot of people, as I was building businesses, be like, who are you and to do this? And I'm like, I'm just being called, and I don't know I have no idea, but I'm following the thread.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite prayers, even in my darkest times, was always, bless me into service.
Yeah, that's
I don't know, but I know I'm here to serve, and I'll do whatever it takes. Just really wanting to put my talents to that use, and I'm so grateful that I have been able to and continue to. And I'm constantly downloading new things for my clients, and for I do a lot of philanthropy, and it's such a gift, and everybody has that, and everybody deserves that.
Absolutely, and and everything has its time.
Yeah, it's true. Right. We were talking about surrender and patience and trust.
Patience.
Patience. Trust.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience and trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a big sign on my desk. Trust.
Trust. Yeah. I always say to my clients, celebrate the molecules, just every little molecule.
Yes.
Because
yes.
it is all a gift. It is all a gift.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky to be living in the time that we're living.
I know, and this is probably a wonderful place to close, even though our time has
Right.
come up
Absolutely.
so fast. But Jen, I so appreciate you and what you
too.
have shared,
Thank you.
and I can't wait to get this out there, and because this is very valuable. Very valuable. And namaste, and thank you so much.
And thank you for all you do.
And bless you. Thank you.
Bless you.
I'll leave you with this. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace, by Jimi Hendrix. It is very important to generate a good attitude, a good heart, as much as possible from this happiness in both the short term and the long term, for both yourself and others will come, by the Dalai Lama. To love another person is to see the face of God, by Victor Hugo. Faith is a necessity to a man. Woe to him who believes in nothing, by Victor Hugo. When our attention is focused on the blessings in our lives, we feel connected to everything in the universe. We experience our wholeness and our oneness with all creation. When our heart is filled with gratitude, we arrive fully in the present moment, letting go of our regrets about the past and concerns for the future. In this state of pure appreciation, we radiate the light of love to everyone we meet. Never give up on your pursuit of your purpose and your passion. And even if you don't know what that is, work with integrity and have a positive attitude. Wherever you work, and especially with your family and friends, be grateful for what you have, who you are, and be grateful for your freedom, and eat healthy. Good nutrition feeds the mind and your body temple. Don't forget to exercise. Move your body. Feed your spirituality with meditation and prayer, with unconditional love, and firstly, love yourself unconditionally, and share your abundance and wealth with others. Thanks for watching. Please support Marin TV that brings these messages. Remember, when fear knocks, let faith answer the door. Bye for now. Until next time.